Carly, welcome to Podcastina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. What are you looking forward to right now?
I'm looking forward to my Japan trip with my boyfriend and sushi and shopping with him and seeing. I've never left the country before, so
Really?
I'm like really going ham.
How'd you land on Japan for that's a very adventurous first international outing.
Yeah. I don't know. I've like it's been on my bucket list for 2 years now, and I've just been weirdly obsessed with like all things Japan. And for his birthday, I bought us tickets, like plane tickets to go. And so, yeah.
Oh, what a good gift.
Yeah.
Wait, I should have turned the dryer off.
Got a tight ship.
Tight ship. Are you guys going to a baseball game while you're there? Because that's like a big thing.
No, I've heard that is a big thing. We want to check out a sumo show, though.
I would love to see a sumo show.
Yeah. They have these places that you can go see a sumo show, and it's pretty small, and they like serve hot pot while you're watching the show, and it's like the seating, surrounds the stage or whatever, and I guess you can volunteer to like challenge one of the sumo wrestlers. So my skinny ass would just run full force towards this man, but yeah.
I'd want to. Have you seen that thing? I'm sure when you were doing research about Japan, it must have come up. But there's bars where you can go, and I think it's mostly like male customers do this, but you can pay the women that work at the bar to like belittle you and beat you up.
Oh, yeah. It's like a macho bar, but for like really strong women. I've seen that.
Uh-huh.
They have the alternative version where it's like buff Japanese dudes. But yeah, I've seen that. And like the women, they're strong as hell, and they're like juicing oranges with their bare hands and into your drink and stuff, and they'll like squat men.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so badass.
I know. We have like a very minimal itinerary. We kind of just want to, I don't know, see where the world takes us.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Do you guys travel well together?
Yeah, we do. We're both equal parts type A and B. Like not too much on either side, which is nice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone say they're both A and B.
Yeah. It's like I'm A in being prepared, but I'm B in like itinerary plans. Like I'm like pretty loose with it. I'm like, yeah, we can do whatever on this day. But just know I will have all my vitamins packed. Like that's kind of how I roll.
What's the vitamin regimen?
Oh man. Right now it's flaxseed oil, vitamin D3 with K2, fish oil, probiotic, digestive enzyme.
You are on it.
I'm on it, girl. I'm on the longevity life. Yeah.
Where do you find your like inspo for, I should try this thing or I should try this supplement?
Honestly, I'm so gullible. If some girl with clear skin says that that it works, then I'll take it. Yeah, like I'm so vulnerable. Truly, I fall for influencers all the time. Like some girl with glowy glass skin will be like, take this vitamin. I'll be like, whatever you say.
I know, I do that stuff too, and it got so intense for me. I feel like I knew nothing about skincare pre-pandemic, and then because I spent all of 2020 and 2021 on TikTok, just like from morning to night, I learned all these things. Like now I know what niacinamide is and hyaluronic acid and retinol. I didn't know any of those words. They just like did not come across my field of vision at all pre-TikTok. And now I'm like, I know exactly what to do, and I know what order to do it in, or so I think.
Yeah, we're all dermatologists now. I feel like the more TikToks I watch, the less I know about skincare. Like it's so overwhelming, the amount of information on all this skincare stuff.
Yeah, you have good skin though.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's hard as I feel really grateful because I definitely grew up with girls that struggled with like a lot of acne and stuff in high school, and I always would get so upset about one pimple or two pimples that would show up, and then it's like, girl, it could be so much worse.
It really could. Yeah, I tiny little zits, I freak out, but I always forget that like cystic life-changing acne is out there, so I guess it could be worse.
I do swear by pimple patches.
I love a pimple patch, and it's so satisfying too to like peel it off and you see like the little mark where stuff was. You know.
Do you wear them out? Because I know a lot of like Gen Z wears them out.
I don't.
Okay, good.
I
Because I
can't
don't
do
like
it.
that.
I think that it's more noticeable than the actual zit.
I agree.
Yeah, or like the star ones.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, why are we bedazzling our faces right now? Oh my god.
I think about that because just with, and we have, I think, like at least a 10-year age difference, but I Gen Z like makes fun of millennial women for all these different fashion things. And so I find myself feeling really self-conscious. Like I totally bought into the, oh, my socks need to be taller, or oh, I can't wear like certain types of things. They're uncool anymore. And then it makes me feel that much worse because I'm like, why am I caring?
Yeah, right.
Why am I so worried about what a girl in high school is going to think of me? But I'm worried.
Dude, honestly, like that's who I dress for.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like it's not for men, it's strictly for younger women. Like I just want their approval.
I know. I do like that the younger girls are into wearing very baggy pants. I am so on board with that. I grew up with like such tight jeans that you couldn't get a phone or a wallet in the pockets. They were so skin tight, and I'm happy to be away from that.
Yeah, the trends are getting classy. I'm into it. Like, baggy pants, and then ballet flats are in right now. I'm like, oh, okay, girl.
I don't know if this is everyone or Texas specific, but my friend and I went out to the bars last night, and I feel like every young lady here wears very baggy pants and a tube top or a blouse.
Yeah,
and that seems to be, that's like the uniform.
I've noticed that the uniform, and it's like blue jeans and a white or black tube top. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's funny. You'll go on like 6th Street and then you'll just see like swarms of girls all wearing like different archetypes of the same outfit. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I love a baggy pant, but I do not love a tube top.
Agreed. And I try to think of, I'm like, what is the equivalent for trends with men? And the only thing that men seem to really do that's a trend is their hair and their facial hair.
Yeah, like mullets and stuff.
Mullets and mustaches are really big right now.
And I hate it because it's really allowing these men to like catfish themselves into being cool and rugged. And so you get with this like mullet mustache guy who looks rugged and he like wears Carhartt or whatever, and there's like paint stains on his pants. And then you get with him and he's like, I don't know how to mount your TV for you. And you're like, what? Like, okay, misbranding. What? I don't even. Yeah, it's funny. It feels like the guys with mullets and mustaches now are like super sensitive and clean. Does that make sense? You know,
Yeah.
They dress rugged, but they buy like expensive hand soap.
A mustache used to be, this is a police officer or something.
Yeah.
It was Burt Reynolds. It was like the rugged, manly, just like grab a snake by the face kind of vibe.
Mustaches used to mean something. Mustaches used to mean something in this country. Oh man, yeah. Whether you were like blue collar, like just like you had oil on your hands and shit.
It used to, that was the distinction too. It was a class distinction where if it was like a white collar job, man, the thing was to be clean shaven.
Yeah, that is very true. And now, I don't know what's going on with mustaches.
It's been a few years now. I think it started with, I like to credit it back to, I think, oh my gosh, I can never remember his name, but he did the second, like the remaking of the Tom Cruise movie, Top Gun.
Oh, Miles Teller.
Yes, Miles Teller. Do you think it's his fault? I think it's his fault.
I think he's partially responsible.
Yeah.
I think that movie is partially responsible. Yeah.
It's such a funny
This is your fault, Miles Teller.
I guess that's all they can do.
Yeah.
They can't really men can't get away with like super eclectic clothing choices.
No, but I do I hate this trend that guys do, and it's like the cut off pants that are like right above the ankles.
Those are bad.
They'll
Very
do
bad.
that with like Doc Martens, and I'm like, get a job. You know what I mean? Like, get a job. Put the tote bag down. I can't.
Oh, that guy always has a tote bag.
Yes, he always has a tote bag with like some little like quirky trinket. that he pretends to like just carry around with him, and then some sort of book either about history, gender, or feminism. Yeah. You're like, oh my god. And he's a spy. He's a spy because guys like that, it's so funny. They like dress like an ally, but they're always secretly fucked up.
The worst ones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the guy that's gonna manipulate and gaslight you beyond comprehension. But he's a spy with his tote bag.
That's their labubu.
Mm-hmm.
That's as close as they'll get.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cracks me up when guys have tote bags. I'm like, what are you bringing with you?
What's in there? Disappointment for me? What,
yeah.
what are you carrying
You don't
around?
even have a wallet. Why am I paying the bill?
Yeah.
You brought a book? You didn't even bring gum. Like...
I know so many of these men are performative readers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where they're just like staring at a book, not even reading.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that a coffee shop is not a good place to read.
Right.
It's just not. I mean, it's like overstimulating. There's conversations, there's noises, but they're like posted up with their little fits, you know, reading a book. It's like, you know, there's other places to read. You chose to come here.
Yeah. I hate when men use therapy speak.
Oh, God. The world became a different place when men started to learn therapy words and what they mean, like boundaries. They really overuse that one. Yeah. Oh, the boundaries. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. It's like, it's a boundary of mine to sleep with other women. I can't.
I can't either. And it's so weird to see this rise of like ENM, ethically non-monogamous, and poly and stuff. And it's such a stereotype, but it seems to be true that a lot of people in poly relationships, I'm like, how did you guys even find one partner? It's always the most like kind of awkward looking people. And it's always like, whose idea was this?
Right? Yeah, it's never two really sexy people getting together being like, let's open it up. It's like two very interesting.
Yeah. It's there's always at least one barista in every poly relationship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's got to be a barista. There's got to be one person that has like some androgynous name that you know that that's not their birth name.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Someone named Arlo. It's like a part of the throuple. Oh God.
Do you know any
so
thruples?
Freaky. Oh no, thank God.
I know, me neither.
No, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I did have one boyfriend that just like casually over dinner was like, yeah, I don't really believe in monogamy. And I was like, whoa, we're like 6 months into a relationship. What have we been doing this whole time? Have you been cheating on me this whole time? And he, of course, ended up cheating on me. But I guess there's like some book. There's some book out there that talks about why monogamy is not good and doesn't make sense, like biologically or whatever.
Yeah, but like Mein Kampf is a book too, so we can't be like, oh well, there's a book.
There's not truth in all literature. Yeah. What the fuck? Just because it's in a book. Oh my God, I cannot.
I was talking to a guy out here before I moved here, but he was like an Austin guy. I met him on Raya, and he started kind of laying the groundwork to tell me he was a poly guy, where he started to go, just so you know, I don't really like titles, and started getting into that line of describing himself and his romance. And I was like, oh, I don't know what you mean by that. I was trying to coax it out of him and have him like tell me exactly what he meant, which for sure was going to be that he was going to want to be in a poly relationship. Yeah. And then he was getting upset with me that I wasn't checking in with him and seeing how he was doing. And like, he followed me on Instagram, and then he kept replying to stories and I wasn't replying to his stories. And it's like, well, I don't live there yet. I'm not in Austin yet. So like, cool that we matched, but this isn't a thing. And then he got butthurt and unfollowed me.
That's crazy that he was like trying to hint at the fact that he wasn't monogamous, but then at the same time was like, why aren't you checking in on me?
Yeah.
And then the hypocrisy too of being like, I don't really like titles, but then they have like a literal acronym Like y'all came up with that. We don't like titles, but we do like acronyms. Like, okay.
And you better make sure you use all the right letters and words, or I'm gonna be mad at you.
Yep.
I just know he has a tote bag. You're so right about
He
that.
has to have a tote bag. And I'm sure he's like a cyclist or something. Ugh. God.
How'd you meet your guy?
We met like, I don't know, over 2 years ago, just at Mitzi's, because he works at the mothership.
Oh, nice.
And so we just met at Mitzi's and kind of like got into a conversation. We were totally like flirting and feeling each other. But then nothing ever came of it. I was like totally expecting him to DM me. We followed each other on Instagram. Nothing happened. And then we both got into separate relationships.
Oh.
And then didn't talk for like a really long time. So we were in different relationships. And then when my previous relationship ended, he just like naturally floated back into the picture. At the mothership Christmas party, we were flirting real hard.
Cute.
Yeah. And then we've been inseparable ever since.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sweet. Were you on apps before him?
No. I haven't been on apps in a long time. I gave up. Yeah. No, they're so bad. Because the thing about the apps is like they really crush your confidence because you'll, download Hinge or something, and then the only people that like you are like literal gargoyles.
Mm-hmm. Every woman has that story. God, we all have had that experience.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the audacity.
Exactly.
Fuck.
I know they got to shoot their shot, and that's like the easiest place to do it because the rejection is so impersonal.
Yeah.
But it's still, it hurts when you open it and you're like, bridge troll, bridge troll, bridge troll.
Yeah. Yeah. It just like really, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And there feels like there's a unnatural ratio going on too, because it's like on dating apps, it feels like it's all hot women with potential and love to give. The guys are just like creepy, closeted sex offender bridge trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Guys in polycules. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? Why is it only normal women on these apps and then like not normal men? I don't get it. Yeah. Also, dating in Austin is just catastrophic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it's so bad.
As someone who's new here, what makes it particularly bad?
I've noticed, because I was like single. I was single in Austin for a little over 2 years, so I got to experience it a good amount. And I feel like the men here are all suffering from Peter Pan syndrome.
Damn, because that's definitely what it is in LA. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
hoping that this was a pardon from that.
No,
a departure.
Yeah, the Peter Pan syndrome, dude. That, and then, I mean, there's normal people, but I was finding that a lot of the demographic here is just not my type. Like, I'm not into tech guys that play pickleball, so I have a very specific type.
Yeah.
And my type, I was finding like either just like didn't exist, or the ones that I found that were in my type were just terrible people. So yeah, but the Peter Pan syndrome for real.
Yeah. And then they get old and then they complain that they have no kids and that nobody wants to have kids with them.
Yeah.
And to me, a person that wants kids, I'm like, I don't want kids from a man who's 40 plus who hasn't gotten it together at all till then, because there's actually more risk for the kid's health with old sperm than there is with an old egg.
Really?
Yeah. So while our like placenta, well, actually men are in charge of the placenta, like the sperm is in charge of the placenta quality. So if a man is unhealthy, you're more likely to have a difficult pregnancy because the placenta won't be as strong. So there's that. But it's like for us, we have health risks with getting older and being pregnant, but you're born with your eggs. So it's not like your eggs are depleting in quality, only in quantity. Mm-hmm. So we start running out, but the ones we have are fine, versus men who all of their sperm is about 3 weeks old. So it's being generated pretty much as they are. And by the time a man is 40, he can have up to 500 gene mutations in his sperm. So when you see guys who are like, I'm fine, I don't have a biological clock, it's bullshit, because by the time they're like 50, 60, 70, their kids are going to come out and have mental problems or other problems, because like that's really the worst thing, is like the sperm is old.
Yeah, that really is a dangerous mindset that they all have, that like, I'm fine, like fucking Al Pacino just had a kid at like 81 or something.
The poor kid.
Yeah.
I hope they used a sperm donor.
My dad was 50 when I was born, but I turned out fine. But of course, I'm sure there was risk of me not turning out fine, you know. But yeah, and also, I mean, you just ideally you don't want like that old of parents.
Yeah.
Like my dad is 74, and I wish that he was younger. You know what I mean? Like it bums me out. Because
It's funny that your dad is older than my dad, and like I'm much older than you.
Yeah, that's always the case too with people around me, and it, you know, and I have to like think, I'm like, oh God, like what if he, you know, doesn't make it to see me get married one day or something, you know?
It's tough to have that thought.
Yeah.
How old's your mom then? What's their difference?
They are 10 years apart. Yeah, she's 64.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she was 40 when I was born.
That's hopeful for me at 37.
She had a great pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't have like her only issue was heartburn. She didn't have morning sickness or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, girl was chilling. Yeah. There's hope. But yeah, I mean, it's just the guys out there that are like, I'm good. It's like, dude, you're a bartender. There's an expiration date on that job. There has to be.
Oh, for sure.
Ugh.
Do you think it's harder to being a female comedian and dating?
I think a lot of men are threatened by you being funnier than them. For some reason, they find that very personal. Yeah, the funniness thing, and then, you know, it's hard too because you have to be with someone that's gonna understand the job, because it is kind of hard to explain to someone with a 9 to 5, like, hey babe, I kind of like have to be out till like midnight on a Monday. You know, like I'm gonna be at Shakespeare's with a bunch of homeless people till midnight. Like, you know, like I don't know. And people with 9 to 5s, like, just the schedule doesn't line up and they don't really understand the lifestyle of it. So it's tough because you want to be with someone that understands what it's like to be a comedian and understand the grind, but you ideally maybe don't want to be with another comic. You know, I've been there, done that. But yeah, it was a challenge for me too.
But you at least found someone in the universe that gets it, because that's kind of the nice middle ground of they're not doing the exact same thing, but they're already used to being around comedians, so they know what it is. It's not novel for them.
It really is the perfect middle ground because he fully understands the life of a comedian, but he's not competing for the spotlight with me, you know, which is like such a thing when you are dating a comedian. You know, the competitiveness, which is so gay. So gay. Yeah. Is it hard for you?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to throw in the towel and just date comedians, because that's all I see. It's like I look around at my female friends, especially the ones here. I'm like, oh, you're all either alone or with a comedian or with someone comedy adjacent.
Yeah. And it's hard not to date a comedian too, because it's like these are the people that you're around all the time.
Right.
You know, and it's like, when do we really have the time to go out into the real world and be around other types of people? Not often, you know? So I get it.
And without it being, it always comes off so disparaging, but I'll go out with a guy who's like in tech sales, and while he might be super nice, I just know I'm going to get bored.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell them, you don't want to be like, hey, I'm sorry, your life is boring, but compared to mine, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I struggled with that too, where I'm like, ugh, where's the fun? Where's the pizzazz?
Right. It's like he's going to get 2 weeks of PTO. That's it.
Yeah.
Versus like I have not total freedom, but certainly a lot more than he does.
Yeah. Free time, kind of an odd schedule, you know, creativity too. It's like being with someone not creative as a comedian, I find to be impossible, if not like really draining.
Yeah, you're missing. I like the way my friend Julia, who's a comedian who's been happily married to another comedian for like a decade, she says when someone's not building their own thing, they're not creative, they're not entrepreneurial, it's almost like they're missing speaking the language that you speak, and that there's a language barrier in trying to explain to someone who's not trying to build their own thing what the difficulties of that are and what kinds of spirals you just like go through mentally when you're pursuing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And then it's like, how could you confide in them properly and have them understand what you're going through, you know, when in their world they have no idea, just truly no idea.
And
I mean,
now
it's possible. You could date a comedian and have it work out.
Yeah,
People discourage that a lot.
they do.
Yeah. But it is possible. It's just the thing that's tough is like there is no vetting system for comedy, and so some really odd people like decide did they want to start comedy, and then you're just around like all different types of people.
It does feel like a bit of a weirder open mic crowd here than in LA, or maybe it's just like what I was seeing in LA was a departure from what I was like thrown into coming here, where it's like there's such a divide. There's like the normal working comedians here, and the open mic crowd is so different and so much more kind of like degenerate than anywhere else. What the hell is that?
Dude, I don't know. And I get why people shit on Austin as like a comedy scene so much, because there are so many parts of our scene that are just so weird.
So weird.
But the open mic scene, like when I talk comedy with someone that doesn't do comedy, they'll be like, oh, how's comedy? Like, are you getting up? Are you hitting the open mics and stuff? And I'm like, no.
You can't open mic here.
I am not hitting open mics here. I refuse. My safety is compromised. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Yeah, it just, they're literal homeless people. Like literal homeless people, dude. Like it's crazy. And oh my God. Yeah, the Kill Tony signups is like a perfect example of that. You get it.
It's the worst. Jenna Sparrow described it. She goes, it's like American Idol meets the Stanford prison experiment.
Oh my God, yeah. Holy shit. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, I typically just find a corner to like hide in, but there's one lady, I'm not sure what her name is, but not that I would share it anyways, but I see her a lot at Kill Tony signups, and she straight up is talking to a wall for like an hour, a couple hours.
And she'll get pulled before we do.
Yeah. She's the next golden ticket winner, honestly. Like, oh my God. I've seen her just have like really insightful conversations with the wall. Very passionate, animated. Like, sometimes I've seen her have conversations with like what seems to be two people. I'm like, oh, there's dialogue going on here.
People don't get that it's that insane, and everyone has something to say about that. When you're like a comedian in Austin, they're like, are you doing Kill Tony? And I go, yeah, it feels like a rite of passage. Like, I'm here, of course I'll try. And everyone's like, what's it like? And I'm like, it's the scariest people. First of all, it's mostly not comedians. If it's 300 people, there's maybe 20 consistently working comedians in that room. It's like this very small sliver.
Yeah, and it is a little frustrating too, because all of those people do describe themselves as comics, and I'm like, dude, you're kind of like fucking with my image a little bit by doing that. It really is like 20 normal comedians and then like 300 just homeless schizophrenic people. Oh my God. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that that's what it's turned into, because a couple years ago it wasn't like that. When it was at Vulcan, and it was less, it was still a huge show, but it was less popular than it is now. It was all comics, and it was less than 100 people signing up every night. And at Vulcan, when we were signing up, we got to be in the room. We were in like the pig pens, and it was just like us behind this metal barrier standing the whole time.
Wow.
Just like shoulder to shoulder sardined in this little corner watching the show. And then he'd pull your name and you'd have to run up in real time. But now in the mothership, like, it's this whole different process, and you're like going next door, and then you're waiting behind the curtain. But it's nice because you get to like gather yourself for a couple of minutes before you go on stage. But when it was at Vulcan, it was like you'd look around and there'd be maybe 5 weirdos that you've never seen before. But
it feels like a breeding ground for patient zero of an undiscovered disease.
Yeah, like that's where the hantavirus is coming from or something. Yeah, it's dirty as shit. I had one girl in the bathroom at Shakespeare's literally offer me crack.
That doesn't
she was
surprise
so
me at all.
polite about it too. I'm like, appreciate the manners, but like, I'm in there just fixing my lipstick or something, and she just pulls it out of her bra and then starts smoking it and was like, you want some? I'm gonna have to pass, but thank you.
That's so generous of her, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
the bright side.
Thanks. I don't know how expensive crack is, but
Were you there the week that somebody was selling whippets?
with the balloon guy?
Yeah, the balloon guy was there. There was a guy who set up a whole whippet station and was selling them. And nobody really said a fucking thing. I mean, it is just so the Wild West up there in that area. We get pendants still. And like 2 weeks later, the host of the room was like, hey guys, I have to make an announcement. Can you please not do whippets on the
The fact that they even have to say that, hey guys, can you please not do whippets before Kill Tony?
Can you please not sell whippets out in the open at this sign up?
The funny thing too is that they check your bag at Shakespeare's.
But they only check it when you come in to sign up. And then they don't check it on the way in.
Yeah.
I could sign up with nothing and come back with an AR in my bag and I would never be caught.
Right. It makes
I shouldn't give anyone ideas.
Yeah. It is funny though, like it's just hilarious. Like, why are you checking my bag? Like, these people, some girl had crack in her bra. This guy's bringing in whippets. You're checking my bag for what exactly? Like,
I do get so offended that it's always just like a normal woman's bag that's getting scrutinized.
Yes.
When the people that walk in there, I'm like, you know, it's not me, right? Like, I'm not the threat, and you should actually go ahead and let me hold on to my mace because I need it. It's for me.
Right. It's for me against these people. The audacity of them just rummaging through my Prada bag, like, no. Check the guy over here in his fanny pack and see how many whippets he smuggled in. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Oh, it's so funny. Kill Tony. I can only sign up like maybe once a month because it's so draining.
Yeah, it really is. I can't believe I've committed to just doing it till I get up. It could take a year. It could take longer.
You're strong.
I know.
You're brave.
Yeah. I had people in California that I was like, are they going to judge me for doing this when I get here? And then like truly my most left-leaning friend was like, you're going to do Kill Tony, right? And I was like, you want me to do this? You're like, even okay. You're like, I should do this? Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that most people would understand that it
is such a good opportunity.
Politics. It's everything to do with the opportunity.
Totally.
You know, it's not representative of where you stand at all. But the politics do drive how they treat you a little bit, I think.
I'm sure they do.
You know, if you're like a hot girl, it's like, oh, who's a slut? That's always the thing I've noticed. But you just have to roll with the punches, I guess.
I'm just curious to see how I would be received because it's like, I know those guys from LA. I've known them a really long time. We're not like best friends or anything.
I think for the show's purpose,
he'd play it off like he wouldn't.
Yeah, I think like if I had to guess, I think he probably just treats it as like, I don't know you kind of thing for the sake of the show's entertainment. Because I've gotten up 4 times and like the last 2, it was the same thing of having to like reintroduce myself and re-explain certain things, knowing that this person like obviously knew to some capacity who I was. But for like the show's sake, I get having to like re-talk about yourself or whatever because they don't know you, you know. But I mean, I've kind of noticed a thing that like he won't be super mean to you if you don't suck. You know what I mean? Like it's just very clear that the people he's really, really mean to, they just genuinely suck as like people. You know, like some really annoying, arrogant person that like had a trash minute will go on stage and then Tony's mean to them and you're kind of like, yeah, well, obviously this guy fucking blows. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That is interesting though, having already known them for so long.
Yeah, well, I thought it would freaking help me jump the line or something. Sure hasn't. I'm like, this will be so advantageous that I know all these people. It doesn't help at all.
No. No.
That was a Delulu vision I had that didn't come true.
Yeah. Well, have you done the mic? The mothership mic?
I have, yeah. I've done that.
Nice.
Decent amount of times.
Did you know Adam at all from previously?
No, I just met him here.
Okay.
And I just finally got a stamp of approval from him. Literally this week was the first time that he ever said anything to me after a set.
Oh, he acknowledged? He said
yes.
Great set?
Yeah,
oh,
so that was a big win.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That is a huge win. That
I know.
guy is very quiet.
He wouldn't even make eye contact with me. For 11 years, I've been vying for this man's approval. And finally, this week,
that is definitely
I got a
the
great
thing.
set from him.
I kind of understand it though, because I could see how the just like the people that sign up for the mothership mic, so many of them lack deeply like self-awareness. So I could see how even Adam making eye contact with somebody would lead them to believe that they are like in, or that he like maybe feels some type of way about them. So I get why
I know
like,
why he doesn't. Yeah, you're absolutely right that he is in such a vulnerable position, and he's one of the most bothered men in the industry, meaning like everyone bothers him. Not that he's just like, you know, has his attitude. He's actually so nice now that I've talked to him. I'm like, oh, you're genuinely just like a kind, normal person.
Yeah.
You just have to have insane guards up because of the industry and how many crazy people there are.
Yeah.
So I don't hold that against him. It was just nice to finally get past that barricade that is like this protective wall he has.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I get why he's like, I mean, you gotta be that way.
You gotta be that
way. And
way.
also, like, holy fuck, if I had to sit through the mothership mic every Monday, I would be just miserable as shit. Like it is kind of funny. Like if you hear him in the back, like if someone's bombing a bag of dicks, like you'll hear him go, "Oh my god." And it's so hard not to laugh at that reaction, because like, dude, yeah, man, like holy fuck. Ugh.
It was like that this Monday when I went up. So the first person that went up was like a crazy homeless person, very typical. This guy gets up and his set is about how his daughters are about to lose their virginities. So the whole room was so sketched out. Like, I'm sorry, you're saying what about your daughters up here to the whole room of people? And then after that, so that's, you know, ice cold room. Person number 2 goes up. Sweet girl, in from out of town, goes up there with a boombox, starts singing some weird song. Not a funny song either. I'm not like anti-musical comedy if it's good, but this was just weird karaoke and nothing else. So that obviously didn't go over well.
Oh god.
And then the third guy that went up was just like this sweet young, like clearly early 20s open micer. And he was so nervous up there and he was giggling through his whole set. And it didn't go well. And the host gets up there after him and goes, that guy laughed more at his jokes than you guys did, and like pulled it out.
No.
And then I was after that, so I was terrified. I was like, this is an ice cold room that I'm going up in front of. And I had never been up that early on the mic before either. Usually if it's like one of my friends putting me on, they put me on pretty late. So this was the earliest I'd ever gotten up, and I was like freaking out about that. And then thank God, I mean, I had to work for it. That was like a very strenuous set, but I got him and I turned it around and then got a compliment from Adam. So I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah. Best case scenario, but it was brutal.
That is best case scenario, that you got a compliment, having to follow just like, I mean, they're just like putting you deeper and deeper in a hole. And then you come out and you still do well and get a compliment. Like, okay, girl. Catch yourself.
Like, I'll ride high on this forever now. Yeah. I forgot to turn my recorder off on my phone, so I actually have him complimenting me recorded. So I'm like, I'm just gonna be listening to this next time I have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, you're like, I needed this right now.
Comedy's so weird like that. It's so much rejection.
It really is. It is. I got a compliment from him and said great set. Again, it was the same thing, like first time he had ever acknowledged me, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you know, try not to like think too much into it or whatever. And then next time I did the mic, I got a call back, and then I did like 5 consecutive callbacks back to back to back to back, like a couple weeks in between. He'd be like, come back in a couple weeks, come back in a couple weeks. And then I did that like 5 times, I think. And then the last time I did it, it was just like, thanks for coming. And I was like, okay.
What does it mean?
It's like, all right. Yeah. It was just a little frustrating because I'm like, I wish I had some feedback.
Right.
You know?
That would be
like,
so nice.
Feedback would be cool for sure.
I'm like that too. I love feedback and I yearn for feedback, and so often you don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I get why, but still it's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
5 callbacks and dead end, you know?
Not dead end though. It must surely there must be a plan that we are not privy to, that we also don't get to know about, because there's probably political stuff going on in the background of like, oh well, we just passed this person, so now we can't pass a woman, and now you got to wait till it's like the next opening for someone who's your style, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly it. And And that place really is just like packed to the gills with comedians. And so I see that, like clearly they don't have room, but it is what it is. I mean, I'll still take it. 5 callbacks, period. It was very complimentary and it made me feel very good.
It should.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if it leads somewhere. I don't know.
Are you a woo-woo girl at all? Do you like manifest stuff?
A little bit. I've gone in and out of woo-woo-ness, of the woo-woo culture. I used to be like balls deep in it, and I had like a pendulum, and I would be like yes or no, and crystals and all that shit. But now it's more of just like I do a lot of visualization, decent amount of journaling. That's about it. But I've stepped down a couple steps on the ladder of woo-woo for sure. There was definitely a point where I was like bordering schizophrenia. Oh fuck. Like when you're like doing witchcraft, like you're like not in a good place.
It's true.
Like something you're desperate for change.
Yeah.
Oof.
I found myself recently, and it's because I like to say I sit on the fence with it, but sometimes you can't even see the fence. I'm so far away from it.
Yeah.
And I recently was like, why do I feel the urge to charge my crystals? I'm not even like a big crystals person. I don't know what they mean. I just have some because they're pretty.
Yeah.
And not too long ago, I was like, why do I feel like I need to put these in the sun?
They need it.
Yeah, like something came over me where I'm like, I need to set this glass of water under the full moon tonight. I don't know.
I do think that they burned us at the stake for a reason,
Yeah.
Like I do think we are witches. The female intuition is so strong. It's like
is
kind of
something
freaky.
else. Yeah.
It is. It really is. Like, have you ever had something come to you in a dream?
Yes.
Yeah. And then it was real and you're like, am I a fucking wizard? Holy shit. Yeah. That's happened to me too.
What's something your intuition was right about?
The craziest thing ever was like a couple boyfriends ago. I had one that was cheating on me, and the second he started cheating on me, I started having dreams that he was cheating on me.
Whoa.
And he cheated on me like truly so much with just like many different women. And it started to get to a place where I was having these dreams every single night, and they started becoming so vivid that I literally saw what the girl looked like in the dream, and it was right. Like I ended up being right.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was a crazy intuition thing for me. I was like, oh my God. Wow. And I really had no evidence he was cheating on me either. No evidence whatsoever. Just purely intuition.
Sometimes the universe just wants you to know something.
Yeah.
And it sends the messaging in like this really bizarre way. And you're like, I'm sorry, I can't explain this without sounding like a crazy bitch, but I swear this is what's going on.
It's true. It's true, dude. Like these messages just like spawn and you're like, okay. All right. Holy shit. What about you? What's the craziest one you've had?
I've had something similar. I was talking to a guy, and then he kind of fell off, and I was like, oh, I bet he started dating someone, but I couldn't find any evidence for who he started dating. And he was like trying to keep it low key and like trying to keep it offline. But I was out for same thing. So I had like a dream, and there was nothing specific in the dream that I remembered. But that day I took myself for a walk, and I was walking down the street in Venice called Abbot Kinney that just has like a lot of different shops on it. And I had already walked like really far and should have turned around and normally would have. But something weirdly told me like, keep walking. You need to walk like one more block. Wow. And I walked one more block, and I saw this girl, just random neighborhood girl, but she reminded me of this chick whose video I had saved on TikTok months before. And I went back to that video, and that was the girl he was dating. Isn't that wild?
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was the craziest one I've ever had, where I'm like, I cannot fucking explain any of this. This is so other dimensionally like strange, because the girl that he was dating had like bright red hair, and I saw a girl on the street with pink hair, and for some reason that girl that I saw with pink hair made me think of the girl with red hair whose video I had saved months before.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was the weirdest one.
Oh my God.
But I have shit like that kind of happen it's happened to me my whole life.
Yeah, no, me too. I think, dude, it's got to be just like a woman thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I explain this to guys and they're like, they can't even comprehend the witchery of it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, holy shit. I once had this guy hit on me at a restaurant. I was just there like having lunch. And there was this guy like sitting across the restaurant out in the patio with his dog. And he kept looking over at me and just kind of like eyeballing me and stuff. We like made eye contact. And then he comes walking over with his dog. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm staring at you. You just look so familiar. Like, where do I know you from? And at the time, I worked at this really popular bar. And so I was like, maybe from here? And he was like, oh, yeah, I go there all the time. Like, that makes sense. I work downtown, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. He asked me out on a date, and I said no because I wasn't attracted to him, thank God. But said no, whatever, went our ways. And then the next day, I just felt this like weird intuition to go on like a sex offender website. And I looked on like the map where you see all the dots of the people, and I was clicking on dots in my nearby area and whatever. And I like the third one I clicked was that guy that asked me out, and I was like, no fucking way. And then I looked into him, and he is a serial rapist. And what he does is he goes around. There was literally an article talking about this. He goes around to these like bars and restaurants with his dog and goes up to women and states that he like knows them from somewhere to like build trust and familiarity.
He did his move on you.
He did his move on me. I know. And it was so like terrifying to be like, oh my God, if I was attracted to men with big foreheads, I would have been so fucked. Like, oh man. Yeah. And I'm like thinking to myself, why on earth is this guy just walking around? And I guess he was released from prison early because of COVID.
Ew.
I know. Like COVID precautions, whatever. Yeah. I know.
But the weirdest part is that you had a feeling to go on the website, because I'm sure you're not just perusing it the way I peruse like Facebook Market. You're not just like on the Predator site.
No. That was the first time I'd ever done that. It just, for some reason, I was like, I want to do this right now. And you just feel drawn to it and you like follow that pull, you know? Yeah. Ooh.
This girl told me, I really liked the way she phrased it. She is like an astrologer and does that shit for work. And she was like, you know, even if a woman doesn't want kids or ever give birth in her lifetime, every woman is technically walking around with a spirit portal inside of her, because that's what your uterus is. It's a spirit portal.
Holy
so
shit.
no wonder we're magical.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we like literally create life. The female body is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah.
I like thinking of it that way. I'm like, yeah, it is a portal. You're bringing souls from wherever they are into
like
the
a
world.
Colony of people inside of us.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Whoa. There's like a village in there. Oh, yeah. Women are so cool.
They're the fucking coolest.
We're so cool.
I know.
Our bodies are just so magical.
That's why they want to hold us down. They're afraid of how cool we are. I do think men are jealous.
Powerful. Yeah, they are. They're holding us down for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They know we got powers.
I try not to, I've been accused of misandry on the podcast before, but I'm like, no, it's not that. It's just, I like to keep it real and, you know, do my part. Not that anyone's listening, not that I can actively fight back on red pill stuff, but maybe I can. I don't know. I do what I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I always am like, no, we need to highlight how amazing women are, and that it's not like, I don't hate men. I'm not a man hater at all. I have like many wonderful men in my life.
Yeah.
But it does seem like a lot of them are really jealous.
Yeah.
The ones that are not so great, you know.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like the man haters that view women in a very specific light. Yeah. They are jealous, I think. For sure. Yeah. All that red pill stuff. I mean, there seems like a common thread here of just guys that are lacking women in their life. Therefore, they like turn against us. Mm-hmm. Which the irony is hilarious, because I'm like, you yearn for us.
Yeah.
But you hate us at the same time? Okay. All right, dude.
It's the fable of the sour grapes, where they're like, well, just because I can't reach these grapes, they must be sour, so I don't want them anyway. Like, no, you just can't get them, so you're telling yourself they're sour.
Yeah, but we rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, maybe if you just like didn't want to split the bill or something, we would be there. But
Are your DMs crazy?
they've tamed. They've chilled out a lot since I've gotten into a relationship, and I have a really scary boyfriend. Scary boyfriend privilege. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
Wait, scary boyfriend privilege. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
It rules. I mean, he's terrifying. He really is. He's like
burly looking,
burly as hell, buff as shit, and he like fights at a, you know, professional level of MMA.
Congratulations.
So. Yeah. So, you know, you could try to DM me and see what happens, but yeah, sometimes they're creepy and weird, or just like overall hateful. But yeah.
Are you good at kind of not letting criticism in from online? Because I feel like we are bombarded with it, and this is cliche, and I'm not the first one to say this, but there's like nobody more hated online than female comedians, truly. Like we get an insane amount of negativity in our comments.
Yeah.
Everybody that has a public profile gets some, but we're obviously getting a lot more than a woman who's like fucking baking lasagnas and posting that.
No, all her comments are like, this is how it should be. You know? And then us, it's just like, women are never funny. Yeah. I mean, we do get a lot of scrutiny. I personally handle it really, really, really well. And I think it's because I used to be a stripper. And so I'm like, you know, my skin is unbelievably thick in that way, you know. Like,
what's your advice for handling it better?
That it's not personal. It's really not personal. And it feels so personal sometimes, but it's not. Like, I just think that anyone that is willing to go out of their way to like comment something hateful on a complete stranger's post is very clearly like a sad person dealing with a lot or something, you know. Like, to me it's like a cry for help. I'm like, are you okay? You know? But yeah, that's the best I could say, is that it's just not personal. I mean, maybe it's a bad thing that I'm like too desensitized.
No, I think you're onto something.
I don't know, dude. It's just like hateful comments are like just a tiny little prick in the back compared to the things that people have said to me in a strip club. Like,
what's the craziest shit someone said to you at a strip club?
One time I was on stage just dancing, like minding my own business, and this guy stood up, like genuinely angry, stood up from his chair and points at me and was like, "Get this ugly bitch off the stage." Yeah. And I was like, "What?
Did you have security or anything?"
No.
Oh.
No, he just said that, and I was like, "Come on, man."
Trying to pay my bills here.
Yeah, what the
hell? Have some respect.
Yeah, or I had one guy, this was so wild. I had one guy, I approached him and I couldn't even finish my sentence before he interrupted me, and he said, "No thanks, I'm not into fat bitches." I was like, okay. All right.
Well, clearly no bitches are into you. Look where you are, sir.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too, is I realize that the men that go to the strip club and they're like mean to women like that, that's their thing. Like, they're going there specifically to do that.
Probably.
Because in their everyday life, they're probably rejected, you know, so much. And so that's the one place that they can go where they feel like the power imbalance is in their favor, right? Like, thinking that I'm above a woman in a strip club. But in reality, the person that has the most power in a strip club is the woman. It's just an illusion in making the men think that they're in control. They're not.
That's true. It's like, I've only ever gone because I've gone with people. It's like a thing that we do to go out. But I've not given this too much thought. There's got to be men that just go sad and alone just because that's kind of like their only shot at being around women.
Oh, yeah. That's like half of it, at least, you know?
Damn.
It's usually like you've got the bachelor groups and the normal people that go in like a group because they're like celebrating something and it's not too serious for them. This is like a one-off deal. And then you've got people who like are just yearning for like the presence of a woman, and it's very sad. And you're like, oh. I had a regular that was like that. He just wanted to be heard.
Oh,
Like we would meet every single week, and I would just listen to his grievances about his life and his wife and his children and his family. And he would just pay me to like hang out with him, sit and hear him. It was really sad.
yeah. I mean, good you got your bag, but he could have just gone to therapy.
The most ironic thing about all of this is that he himself was a psychiatrist.
Oh no.
Isn't that weird?
Oh, that's somebody's therapist then.
Isn't that crazy? I'm like, you are in charge of someone's device. That's fucking nuts. That makes me not trust therapists at all.
Yeah,
you know,
it
like,
shouldn't. I'm lucky. I have a good one, but also it's so funny because sometimes I feel competitive with her because she also has a podcast.
oh,
And it does well. And I'm like, oh no, is my therapist a better podcaster than me? And all I do is like get on there and complain about my podcast.
so funny. Oh man. Yeah, it's just, oh shit. I cannot believe that guy, is in charge of people that have like depression and telling them what they should do with their lives.
Just goes to show anyone can get a degree.
For real. For real. And funny too, like he at some point mentioned to me that when he was like getting his doctorate or whatever, he thought about becoming an OBGYN. Isn't that terrifying? I'm like,
Oh, that validates why I don't want male OBGYNs.
dude, exactly.
A lot of people will defend male OBGYNs, and that's fine. I'm sure there are good ones, but to me, it gives me the ick that a man would be interested in that.
It is so fucking weird. Like, there's so many different branches of medicine, and you chose the one that you literally cannot relate to. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear a guy doctor telling me about my body when he has no experience having a uterus. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, how is he going to make me feel less weird about the fact that I have a yeast infection? He doesn't know what the itch is like,
That's so true. Yeah, they can't relate. It's just like having a dentist with bad teeth. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Or a dentist with no teeth in that case.
Right. Like, what do you know about teeth, dude? You don't have teeth. I don't know how they have business. Male OBGYNs, yeah.
Some people are into it.
Mm.
Is there like a job that a guy could have that you're like, I will never be with that if you were single?
Firefighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why that one?
Cheaters.
Oh.
They're like notorious cheaters. Yeah.
I've heard that about like uniformed men. That's kind of a notorious thing that men in
like
pilots
cops.
is a big one. Like pilots cheat.
Yep. Yeah. Firefighters. The thing is that, I mean, they're all like conventionally attractive too. And so I feel like
they're allowed to have mustaches. Back to the callback from the beginning of the episode.
Like you're supposed to have a mustache actually if you're a firefighter. Like that is the uniform. But they're all like that's kind of the thing is they're like conventionally attractive, and so I feel like there's something wrong with a guy that knows he's hot. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, there absolutely is something wrong with that.
So I'm like, you're hot. You have all this like time away from me. It just I don't
Problems.
know. Yeah. What about you? What's yours?
Job wise, yeah, I'm so turned off by like really showboaty guys who are like obnoxious and need a ton of attention. And while it somehow doesn't go over to comedians, which it should, if there was like a guy who was a DJ, which I have come across in the past and like almost dated, or even I've been watching Housewives. This one housewife's like husband is a Frank Sinatra impersonator. And I'm like, there's something really weird about that to me where it's like you just need the limelight and you need to when guys are too theatrical, it's a huge turn off for me.
I need a low-key man.
Me too.
I need a man that's not gonna speak in public.
I know, I love that.
Like my boyfriend is so like he's so reserved and he really just like operates in like a very sneaky snake. Like he likes to be in the background. He does not want the spotlight. He does not want to be perceived, and I love that. Best case scenario. But then behind closed doors, when it's just the two of us, he's like so silly and outward like personality comes out, and I'm like, yes, it's just for me. I love that. You know?
That's so awesome. What's something you've learned about relationships from dating him?
I don't know. I mean, he specifically teaches me so much. That you're with the right person when you like all the best qualities of yourself are like coming out. Like you're your best version of yourself when you're with that person. That's how you know you're with the right person. I know that seems maybe obvious to most people, but like it was not obvious to me.
Oh, well, that's a good one then.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Well, Carly Anderson, if people want to learn more, where should they find you?
Instagram at iCarlyReboot. That's me.
Awesome. I love that name too. Where'd you get that?
Thank you. People just have always, like, when I say that my name's Carly, they're like, oh, like iCarly, like the show? And I'm like, yeah. So I just made it iCarly Reboot, and that was before the reboot came out. So
So you're like, let's just steer into this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye. If you know somebody that would enjoy this episode, feel free to share it with them. And thank you for listening to Galina Ravina Podcastina, the show where I try to be the person my dog thinks I am. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. See you on the next one.